Thank you for joining me today. My name is Kira Nam. Imagine the sound of laughter echoing around you, being surrounded by your family members. The sweet smell of pumpkin pie surrounds your senses, and the cinnamon dances on your tongue. You smell down your plate, proud of the pumpkin pie you made. Making a pumpkin pie is easy and can be done in 3 steps. First, prepare your ingredients and materials. Next, assemble the pie, and then bake and finish the pie off. Now you may be asking what qualifies me to be teaching how to make a pumpkin pie. Well, when I was little, my mom every year would teach me how to make a pie for around the holidays. So ever since, every year for Thanksgiving, I make a pumpkin pie for my family. So the first step we're going to do is prepare our ingredients and equipment. As you can see, for the time limit of my speech, I've already prepared the ingredients. As a heads up, I'm using the Libby's 100% pumpkin pie. There's a recipe on the back called Famous Pumpkin Pie. So what we're going to do is go over and preheat our oven to 425 degrees. That way it's nice and hot when we go to bake our pie. And like I said, I've already prepared our ingredients and equipment, so that way it saves time and it's easier to make our pie. Today I am using the Pillsbury deep dish pre-made pie crust. Saves you a little bit time and a little heartache. Alright, so now that that's done, that comes to part of making the inside of the pie. So next step is to make the pie. So what we're going to do is follow our instructions. We're going to mix together the dry ingredients. Do me a favor. Alright, first we're going to do is put together our dry ingredients. So the dry ingredients are going to be the 3/4 cup sugar. So what we're going to do is make sure that our sugar is level. We're going to do 3 of the 1/4. 1, 2, 3. And then the next step is going to be our seasoning. So 1/2 teaspoon salt. Bear with me, please.
Jesus Christ.
Make sure it's nice and level, or else, because baking is precision. I have my recipe. And then it's going to be 1 tablespoon. It's cinnamon. 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Tap, 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 tap. I'm using 1/2, so I'm going to do 2 of these. 2 cinnamon. And then it's going to be 1/2 teaspoon ginger. I have my ginger. Make sure that's nice and even. And then it's supposed to be 1/4 teaspoon cloves, but if you don't have cloves, you can substitute nutmeg for a cinnamon and nutmeg mix that'll taste almost the exact same. Tap, tap, tap. Alright, so what we're going to do is mix the dry ingredients together. I got my little whisk here, so we're going to whisk. Make sure you get those clumps of sugar out. Make sure you can see. Now that it's done, you're going to take your eggs. You need 2 eggs. You're going to crack them. One. It's smelling like Christmas in here. 2. And then you're going to whisk your eggs together. You're going to make sure they're nice and yellow. Whisk, 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 whisk.
I got it.
Then into your egg mixture, you're going to stir in the dry ingredients. With that in. And you're going to stir in your pumpkin. Excuse me. You want 1 whole can of the pumpkin.
Sorry.
Excuse me just a moment. Make sure you get as much as you can out of the can. And you're going to mix that in as well. Very carefully, I might add. So you're going to mix until it's fully incorporated. As you can tell, it's turning like a nice thick orange color. And after that is done, you're going to want to pour in the evaporated milk. Now, I'm using the Carnation, and you want to use 1 12-ounce can, and you can just pour that right in. And very carefully stir that in. You don't want to make a sloshy mess. Alright, as I'm mixing this, we have my crust ready. So mix, mix, mix. As you can tell, it's slowly incorporating. You want to make it so there's no more bubbles and there's no more white left in the bowl. So whisk. And then once that is nice and done, we're going to go ahead and get our pie crust. As you can see, it's the deep dish. And we're going to go ahead.
Get a cookie sheet. No, it's not a cookie sheet.
And we're going to put this underneath just so it has some lift. And we're going to slowly pour in our pumpkin pie batter. You want it to about maybe 1/2 inch from the top because it's going to rise just a little bit. While putting the greens together has been fun, it's now time to move on. So, now that we have our oven preheated to 425, it should be nice and hot. What you're going to open is open the oven and bake your pie very carefully.
Put it on a cookie sheet.
It's alright. Very carefully. Oh, I will clean it. For 15 minutes. Now once that's done for 15 minutes, make sure you watch your pie. You want to turn down the temperature to 350 according to the degrees for 30 to 40 minutes, or until the knife you put into the middle of the pie comes out clean. Once this is done, you take it out, and on a cookie rack like this, you want to put it on and let it rest for 2 hours. Once it's done for 2 hours, you can go ahead and add whipped cream and serve it up. Now you have a delicious smelling pumpkin pie. You're now ready to become a pumpkin pie pro. So, to sum everything up, making a pumpkin pie is easy and can be done in 3 steps. First, you want to prepare your ingredients and equipment. Second, you want to assemble the pie, which is putting all your ingredients together. And finally, the 3rd step is you want to bake and finish off your pie with the whipped cream. So to you, maybe pumpkin pie may be trivial, but it can hold so many possibilities. By getting your family involved and making a pumpkin pie together, you can make so many memories. Thank you for joining me today and listening.
Good job, Kira.